Good morning, everybody. Somehow, Clayton Andrews ended up in the game last night, but that's not what concerns me. What concerns me is how he ended up on the Yankees. 5'6", 27 career ERA, 6 ERA in the minor leagues.
We got a guy who's 5'6" with a triple A ERA of 6.6. Garbage!
We got a couple of voicemails like that. So it's just baffling because the only way that guy gets in the game is if Aaron Boone is asleep. Because once you bring Gleyber Torres to the plate with a chance to make it a one-run game, you've got to get a high-leverage relief pitcher up because you got a chance to win the game. And then when he hits the ball out of the ballpark, you make a call to the bullpen and you say, hey, you're coming in. Hurry up. Get ready. There's no way that Andrews should have been in the game. It's just a bonehead mistake by Aaron Boone.
Well, that was a shit loss. Let's hope we can rebound these next two games and split this series. Otherwise, not a good end to a homestand, honestly.
If there ever was a must-win, this is the first actual must-win for the Yankees this year. Can't lose 3 out of 4 to Baltimore and then either get swept or lose 3 out of 4 to Seattle. It's great to beat up on the good teams or beat up on the bad teams and win games you should, but eventually we got to beat good teams if we want ring 28 this year. Go Yanks.
Interesting perspective. I don't know if I would call it a must-win. I would say the urgency to win should be elevated. They should definitely try to avoid losing a series at home to the Mariners and go all out over the next couple of games. But to say it's a must-win, I think it's a little bit early for that. You do have a West Coast swing coming up. It would be nice to finish off the homestand feeling good so that the flight out there is positive and that everybody has positive vibes headed to San Diego this weekend. But I wouldn't say it's a must-win. It's close, though.
This is what Boone does. He must give away about 5 or 6 games like this during the season. They got right back in the ball game, and they put some guy that they just called up. That's why I have no faith in the Yankees with Boone as a manager. Number 2, Yankees cannot hit good pitching. And I know that goes with other teams also. And that's why they don't win in the playoffs.
Good pitching almost always beats good hitting. And in the playoffs, you tend to have the best pitching. And so a lot of teams get shut down by great pitching in the playoffs. That's why, teams that are the hottest or get the lucky breaks are often the teams that win in the postseason. Many playoff games are decided late by the bullpens, not just the starting pitchers. Last year, teams even used openers in the World Series, so not every pitcher you're going to face in the postseason is an ace. I wouldn't make too many projections about what this team is going to do in the playoffs based on what they did on a May 21st game against a fresh, young 24-year-old pitcher who is just coming off the injured list and on a heater pitching-wise. But yeah, they're going to struggle against great pitching. Everybody does. The objective of building a roster is to have as many good players as you can so that somebody can run into one against these good pitchers.
Seattle's pitching was awesome. It shut down the Yankee bats, unfortunately. But on the other hand, we keep getting these 2-out hits, and then it just seems like first batter strikeout, second batter, whatever, gets out, and then next thing you know, we get a base hit, we get a guy on first, or in Verdugo's case, we had a triple, and we can't bring him in, and that's got to stop. That's the one thing they were doing prior when they were winning that I haven't seen in the last 2 days.
I mean, you kind of answered your own comment there with the last couple of words. 2 days. It's not an extended trend. It's a recency bias kind of feeling. The Yankees have been getting a ton of hits this year, and they've had a ton of hits with runners in scoring position. They're getting more doubles. They're hitting home runs. They've had a team batting average of about 300 for the prior week before the last couple of days. So, I can understand how this can be frustrating, and I was frustrated too. But last year, this team would do what you're saying pretty much every night. They would get a base hit, a single with 2 outs, and they would do that 4 times a game and call it a night. But I think this team is built different. I think they're better. And the last couple of games have been frustrating, sure, but I wouldn't get too down on the offense yet. Quick word from our sponsor, Odds Jam, then we got a couple of more voicemails. Looking to boost your sports betting game? Meet Odds Jam, the ultimate ally for data-driven wagering. With 260 plus sports books, it's your go-to platform. Here's how it works. Odds Jam's arbitrage tool spots differences in betting lines, letting you lock in risk-free profits. Plus, optimize bets with a positive EV calculator and track profits with a convenient bet tracker. Try it risk-free with a 7-day trial. Use code RECAPS for 35% off your first month. Link is in the description. Bet smart. Bet responsibly with Odds Jam.
Hello, Derek. This is Hugh from Bay Ridge in Brooklyn. Isn't it alarming that when the Yankees reach down into the minors for a relief pitcher, they come up with a player with a 6.60 ERA? To me, that's more than alarming. Also, we're going to have to make many changes in this bullpen if we expect to make the playoffs.
So on your first point, yeah, I have no idea how this guy even ended up on the roster, whose cousin he is, but I don't know how the hell he ended up on the team. Now, next, the bullpen is actually getting reinforcements. Tommy Kahnle has been throwing well. He's going to be back soon. We've got Scott Efros on the way back. Lou Trevino has had some setbacks, so I wouldn't necessarily count on him, but there's a chance he could be back late in the season. And if he's back late and healthy, he could be fresh going into the playoffs. So I think there's reinforcements coming. But Clayton Andrews, leave him in New York when you head out west.
The genius that if the Yankees ever win a World Series is not going to be because of him. It's going to be despite his stupid robotic moves. Why would you put a pitcher that has never pitched the entire season when it's a one-run game, you just got some momentum, the fans are in the game, and you go out of all the guys in the bullpen, you go put that dummy in there?
And that's not the first time that's happened. Remember Michael Tonkin making his debut against the Brewers in a tight game? What the hell is Boone thinking with some of these moves? I don't get it. I'll never get it. I don't understand how he manages his bullpen. But to me, it's just incredibly frustrating. I appreciate all the calls, and we'll be back after the game tonight with hopefully a recap of a victory. Maybe we'll break out the belt and the fun hat. We'll see. Yankees need it. I'll see you next time.